Hello everyone, welcome to the 7th episode of the Clueless Internet podcast. I'm your host Alex. I'm joined once again by the heroic Howard.
Hello.
And we are back with facts, fakes, and fuck-ups. Are you ready, Howard? You looking forward to this? We're 7 episodes in, dude.
You've done well.
That is a good number. Are you excited for these facts that I've gathered for you today?
Aye.
I will admit, I am excited. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Today I learned.
Sit down and shut up.
Today, I learned.
Shut up.
Shut up, I learned.
Sit down. Be quiet. Shut up.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the first section of the podcast. Today I learned. Howard, I've gathered 5 facts for you, as every week, for us to revel in or sort of pull back in disgust.
I can't wait.
I think today's ones are relatively nice, and I think I'm going to start off with one that is relevant to me recently, as I've got this pedometer on my arm.
Excuse me?
The pediatrician on my arm.
Oh.
Today I learned 10,000 steps per day is a symbol.
I thought you were going to say it was a sin.
I mean,
How dare
wherever you're from, it
10,000
might be a sin.
steps. Who do you think you are? Some kind of
Fitness god.
Some kind of walking person.
Do you think I have muscles growing out of my muscles?
Because I do.
Want to see? just pops his arm.
That's disgusting.
Put it away.
No one wants to see that.
Well, 10,000 steps is roughly 5 miles for most people. So I think usually the average is about 5 miles, which isn't very much when you think about it, to be honest. I mean, I think I tend to drive about, I'd say probably nearly 20 miles a day. So if I just walk...
Where are you going?
I think it's like 8 miles to work, isn't it?
Is
from
it?
my place?
Okay.
I think about that.
I was going to say, where the fuck are you
It
going?
is like a 20, 30 minute drive.
You're a 23.
So if I just got out for like 5 miles of that journey and like on a hill
Be late for work.
and let my car roll with me, I'll get in my walk-in for the day before I even get to work.
I'll probably only kill like 3 or 4 people.
That's a good amount. That's budgetable.
It's less than 5.
It's less than 5 miles, so a death per.
That's only 1 per
1.5
mile.
miles.
There we go. Success.
This 10,000 steps is supposed to be a target for people every day. However,
Fuck that.
I'm in Leah, professor of epidemiology.
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 I'm gonna
Maybe. At the Harvard University, and T.H. Chan from the School of Republic Health questioned this. Chan says it turns out the original basis for the 10,000 step guideline was really a marketing strategy. So it's a not good health.
Need more? Less.
Well,
Oh.
in 1965, a Japanese company was selling pedometers, and they gave it that name. In Japanese, what means the 10,000 step meter. So they just named it.
No more, no less.
No more, no less, or you
Any more,
die.
any less. And it's a sin.
You die.
On the spot.
You die.
The watch just kills you.
Death to you. After talking to Japanese researchers, Lee believes that the 10,000 was chosen because it kind of looks like a little man running. The
That's
Japanese
why we choose
symbol.
quite a lot of things.
As you can see there.
That looks nothing like a little man running. That looks like, if anything, a man kneeling with his hand out.
It sort of does look
It
like
looks
a
like
guy
someone
running.
begging.
It looks like the legs of some guy that has been cut off by the end of the screen.
You'll be going places and nowhere in time. Nowhere, no time. You're done.
If you want to see what we're talking about, go into the Google Translate. I was about to say app, but just the Google Translate search, and then just type in 10,000, and you'll get this little adorable
This little man with no
running.
legs, not running.
So Lee gathered the total steps and mortality rates for 16,000 elderly American women. The basic
It's a hobby.
Yeah, don't you do that?
Yeah.
That's how many friends.
Well, I said it's a hobby.
So many friends I have in the world. The basic finding was that at 4,400 steps per day, these women had significantly lower mortality rates compared to the least active women. So essentially, if you walk about 4,400 steps, which
A day?
Which
not
in the grand
too
scheme of
bad,
things, it
yeah.
sounds like a lot. But
Yeah.
once I read this, I did actually start counting how many steps it took me for to go to the little kitchen downstairs at
Yeah.
work and back up, and it was roughly about 100, maybe 100 to like
Plus going up and down
150
steps, you get, technically, you're exerting
double
yourself more
steps.
than just walking.
Double steps.
Stairs, they're good.
But this seems to cap out at around about 7,500 steps. So you don't technically have to go to the 10,000. So basically, by adding 2,000 more steps, which is roughly a mile,
Is that it?
you can reduce your mortality rate. But this is in elderly women. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I was going to say, well, I know, but still, I walk a good couple of miles a day.
Oh, yeah,
where I can.
Over sort of the walk, like the long walk that we take sometimes, because we take long walks down the beach
And we hold hands. It's wonderful.
Like, yeah, 2,000 steps is not. It's not a lot. It's not a lot, as I say. I think how many steps are normally in a staircase? 100.
However many stairs there are.
What's the average? I'd say a good like 20 something.
Yeah, 20. Yeah.
20 something. So you think that's 20 odd steps. All you have to do is go up and down a few times, and that's 100. That's easy peasy lemon squeezy. And you will die less.
Unless, but then...
Unless you're not an elderly woman.
There's a rate that you can measure the probability of you dying at. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but basically whenever you put yourself in any situation where you increase the probability of yourself dying, you actually assign yourself a new number. And just by being on stairs, which can be uneasy, you can lose your balance, you increase that number by quite a lot. So you actually increase the probability of mortality by using the stairs.
So what
you're probably better
saying,
just walking on a flat plane.
what you're saying is
Flat plane with nothing to fall on or poke your eyes out with or nothing.
So what you're saying is every time I walk up the steps, I'm turning into sort of a daredevil, just risk taker.
You're temporarily increasing the probability of you dying than if you were just sitting still in a chair where nothing's going to.
But a plane could still hit you.
Well, yeah, but that's on a very low on
still.
the probability scale, so that actually lowers your number. Anywhere where you go, where if you think about it, you could trip and fall and die quite easily on the stairs.
Yes.
Therefore, the probability of that happening increases quite a lot just by you being near the stairs.
So get rid of stairs.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We don't need stairs.
We just need high speed elevators that don't stop.
No, cannons
properly,
and tubes like in Futurama, but with cannons.
And death. And also, we're the cannonballs. Are we being sent to war?
Yes.
Oh.
Apparently.
Good job we've got these cannons.
Apparently, America, that's all they want right now, is they just want to go to war. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put ourselves in cannons.
That's what we all want.
And apparently, we're going to invade Iran for no reason.
Let's do it, friends, with our stair cannons. I'm not saying don't get... This is Lee talking again.
Hello.
I'm not saying don't get 10,000 steps.
All right, Lee.
If you can get 10,000 steps, more power to you. But if you're someone who's...
Who's this on us, was it? More power to you.
More power.
Well done. More power to you.
But if you're someone who's more stationary, even a modest increase brings you significant health benefits. So as I said, just add in a few more steps a day.
No, I don't want to.
A big challenge. A big challenge for stuff like this is the public and the media want a cut and dried black and white message and findings. And science just doesn't operate that way.
Nothing really does. Maybe newspapers.
I mean, food.
But then shit changes.
Food does.
No, it rots.
I mean, it rots. But
everything withers and dies.
But then, but then you have like, you know that everyone's got to eat food.
Not me.
Right. Right?
I'm magic.
But yeah, I think she's just saying that if people don't get like a straight guideline, like a set deadline for like
Then they'll just
an
die.
overall. They won't try and reach it. So essentially,
They'll just die.
I think the 10,000 was just set above so that people would like, get to the 7,500 and go like, oh, that's good.
I feel terrible about myself. I couldn't even do 10,000 steps. I'm going to go home and eat some ice cream. Cry.
And walk up and down stairs until I die.
And then kill myself by slowly increasing the probability of death.
That's what I do on weekends.
Well, technically.
This was said. This was said by Virginia Chang, a physician and sociologist at the new NYU College of Global Public Health. So she knows. She knows her stuff.
She's got stuff up in that
things.
head. It's all going on.
Talking about head, we're gonna move on.
Excuse you?
We're gonna move on to the next fact.
Wait, we're done?
We are done. That is
Bye.
that is that one. It was a short and sweet one, to be honest, but I thought it was just amusing that our health benefits is based on a little man running in Japanese language.
Huh? Not mine. You
Today
can
I
tell me
learned-
what to do.
Today I learned why we can't have circle pizza boxes.
Because that would be a pain in the arse.
Because it would be so...
You'd have
nice.
so much waste material from trimming the corners off.
I mean, or would you? You just save on the corners, really, so you'd use less material.
I assume it's incredibly hard to make a perfect circle of paper or card, essentially, which is layered paper.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's much easier to just make a square and then cut the corners off.
But what's cooler? A circle or a square?
Square. It's easier to
A
carry.
circle.
It's easier
I'm
to
glad we
carry. You
agree.
can fit it in the car. It won't roll around on the car in the car seat.
Well, it's
or
not a
in the bag.
ball. It's not a ball. It still lays flat.
Well, no,
It
but
wouldn't roll
it's still
around.
less stable. It's not. It's not like a.
It would fit in your fridge more nicely
Mm,
if it was a circle,
Not
because then it
really.
would just be the exact proportions of the pizza.
But how often do you put a pizza box in the fridge and think, if only I could utilize the corner space?
All the fucking
of
time,
those
dude.
pizza
I always
boxes.
do it. I'm always like,
I'll just
if
put.
this
You
was
know what?
round,
I've now got room for these 4 extra eggs.
I do.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ!
exactly.
What a saving! And all we had to do was spend billions of dollars in pizza research.
Well, talking about billions of dollars, this actually was
Research.
billions of dollars of pizza research.
Oh fucking
Technically,
fucking hell!
Before-
And they still didn't do it. Otherwise, we'd have round pizza boxes. Fucking idiots!
well, someone has it. Someone has it.
They just don't.
They just don't like to share it
I
because
just don't use it. No, I've got it. That's it.
it's just it's because it's surprisingly based at Apple Park. You know the new campus that they have that big circle ring,
The freak show.
the spaceship. So this is about the Apple Park, the campus. I've got a few facts about the campus itself. It's if you're an
For
architect.
clarity, we're not talking about apples. We're talking about Apple.
Well, the campus itself cost around $5 billion
Apples.
to build. $5 billion. I mean, if
That's
you
why
said,
we call it Apple Park. And
he's gone.
Alex, all over the iPad.
So $5 billion to build it, just and it was $160 million for the land alone. This is
That's a
with
lot of apples.
this is with more than 2.82 million square feet of office space, which is very roughly, might I add, very roughly 48.9 football fields worth of square
Very
footage.
roughly, a very accurate digit.
Don't Google it yourself. It's supposed to house 12,000 employees, and it even has a cafe that can take 3,000 people, which is
Where?
estimated in the cafe
Take them where?
to food. Apparently, that's the 3,000 people. That's more than most of the American most of the American sport leagues players put together. So you could essentially just fit them all in
Just
there.
imagine with one big being there. Not like this.
Jesus. It has and it even has a 100. Like, so if you think like how big is about 100,000 square feet?
That's big.
I think a football field itself was 52,000 square feet. So like 2 football
That's a lot of
fields
feet.
worth of fitness center. That's 100,000 square foot of fitness center within. Well, I think it's a separate building to the Apple
Mate, they're just showing off.
Circle. They are essentially.
They don't need that. They sit in front of computers all day.
Yeah, well, that's probably why they need it. Because you don't get much exercise in an apple.
Well, you're not wrong.
And talking about apples, it has its own 30-acre green space, complete with mini fruit orchard, including apricot, olive, and apple trees. It would be a bit stupid if they didn't have an apple
Just
tree.
apples.
It's just one big
apples.
apple.
It's a little bit on the nose.
It's one
If
big
just
apple.
apples. Yeah, just one big apple
And
with
everyone
trees growing
takes a
out of it.
bite. Yeah, with trees growing out of
It's
it. And you eat the tree.
tree apple.
A trapple.
Oh.
Or the space will also host a herb garden and an artificial pond.
Yes, a herb garden. And where is this?
California. Oh, it is actually. It is actually.
Oh, dear.
Herb.
Oh, yeah.
Apples, dear.
No, it's just herbs. How do they say it?
Herbs. These are like the
Herbs,
the
dead.
most impressive sort of ones that I could find. There are a lot more facts that you can find out about the apple building, mainly just not artifacts,
if it's
architectural
kind of thing.
designs. It has very good airflow, basically, stuff like that. If you're interested in that,
Well,
but that's not the most
Mr.
important part.
Fancy
Howard.
pants airflow.
That's not the important part.
Welcome to Apple. We have very good airflow.
Would you like to try it?
Here you go. I'm just going to.
It just starts blowing on him.
I've got a job. It's called a blow.
Do you know Steve Jobs?
Hello,
This is his
Steve.
favourite
Hello,
kind of
Steve
job.
Job.
Would you like a blowjob?
On the nose. No, mouth.
But most importantly, Howard, they have their own pizza boxes.
Mm.
Out of all their inventions, they have their own motherfucking pizza boxes. These are the pizza boxes
But
that are circular,
but
but not apple shaped.
yeah, I was
So
gonna
it's a
say,
bit
wouldn't that
disappointing.
make more sense?
No.
Yeah, no, but yeah.
So the pizza boxes are essentially they're essentially just made so that the employees can go and take them back to the desk and eat them.
I got a single box. Ooh,
The design has multiple holes on
what
the
a
top of it.
waste of money.
Taxpayers' money.
I don't think they use taxpayers, but it's still waste.
Oh, do they not use
waste
taxpayers' money?
Waste of perfectly good. Not if it's Apple.
Oh, very true. They've got their own money.
Yeah.
They're basically their own country.
They've got their own
at
money
this
to
point.
waste on relentlessly stupid bullshit.
Apple money. So these are basically designed with like holes in the top of them, just so
We've
that like
taken out the audio socket
air can
and we've developed round boxes.
release.
Apple, yeah.
So Apple applied for the patent for the pizza boxes 7 years ago. So this isn't like as of this article being written actually.
Not no.
7 years ago as of this article being written, which I think actually was written last year. So I think it's probably around 7 or 8.
Way behind.
We are, Jesus.
We're way behind. I was thinking of something and then it just went away.
The patent lists Francesco Longoni.
Oh, I was going to say we're behind the curve.
What?
We're behind the curve
We're behind
of the box. You know,
the building.
It's a round box,
Well, that's probably why it's round, because the building's round. But it was patented 7 years ago.
so they can
probably not.
stock them in the round building.
They may have a round building. Who knows? Maybe it's easier to
I'm-
store.
I'm sure you could probably find out.
Probably, if I just break into Apple. Easy peasy, lemon,
I mean,
apple.
There's only a skin.
Um,
It's not hard.
so this Francesco Longoni, I hope I'm saying that right, was the
I
head
hope
of...
he's really, really tall.
Well, he was the head of Apple's food service team and is one of the inventors of the box. So he's not just
One of
preparing
the
food.
inventors. Of
Well, Steve Jobs.
the inventor of the
Steve
box.
Jobs.
How many people did it take to
As-
develop? You've got like Edison, Tesla, and shit tapping into like nature, and there's we've got a team of 90 scientists together and this geometry expert, and we've developed a round box. It only cost 4.8 billion.
Oh,
Did I mention it
Very
took
nice.
9 of us to invent it?
well, it's like Pringles. Pringles have their own like science.
It took us 80
section.
years to develop this round tube. 80 years.
And we hate it. It's not even meant for pizzas. But
Can't
yeah,
put a pizza in
he's
this.
just one of the inventors.
Just one.
And I even found a picture of the pizza box being signed by most of the food staff on a Steve Jobs memorial. Nonetheless, which looked a little bit tasteless. It looked like somebody had just left a polystyrene circle at his.
So
I was going to say his grave, but not his grave.
A very Apple
His
thing
memorial.
to do.
Yeah, basically sign your own product and put it on your owner's grave.
Here you go. Here's some garish shit.
And just to top this off and finish it all off, they even designed and patented a paper bag. But apparently it's pretty good.
Is it a round paper bag for the round box?
Don't be stupid, Howard.
Oh, okay. I won't.
Bye. I'm just gonna
We're
jump
done
off
here.
a cliff. No, it's like a square paper bag. Have you ever seen like the Selfridges?
Wait, why the
kind?
fuck would they make a square bag if they've got round boxes?
It's not for the pizza.
No, but why would you spend all that time then you get to the bag and just
It's not for the pizza.
Yeah, but you
It's not for
stay
the
on
pizza.
stay on brand. Jesus
Make
Christ.
everything round.
Well, if you're gonna make one thing round, you might as well make the rest of
I
them.
can't
round.
wait for the iPod.
I want the iPhone that's just.
I just
a
want the
disc
eye
that you can just
pancake.
fling at your own brain and die.
I mean,
Sorry.
you can do that with
Went
your
off on a
phone now if
tangent.
you really want to.
Hang on, I gotta try.
You've got to try it with your phone.
Yeah, it's charging
Oh, so
Do-
no throw-in today.
in a bit.
Yep, okay. After the podcast. This episode is in remembrance of Howard.
Won't see you next week.
Bye.
I'll be busy.
Wait, you won't see Howard. You'll... Bye.
You never see us with on microphone.
We're not real.
Ah, that explains a lot.
It does. Well, talking about explaining a lot, here's one that does not explain a lot. Today I learned movies have a bigger impact than we think. A bigger impact on our lives, and well, not our lives, but American lives.
Just wow, that's a bit. Just the thick people. No, that's a little bit on the nose. No, I think it affects everyone the
You'll
same.
understand.
I think it'll. No, I won't.
You'll understand.
It'll affect everyone the same.
Ronald
Americans aren't
Reagan.
much different.
Ronald Reagan,
Much.
known for his role in King's Row, The Killers, The Hasty Heart, just to name a few. Also, he was like the 40th president of the United States, but not as long as his acting career, probably.
Wait, wasn't Reagan the one who spoke like? No, that's very British.
Hello, I'm from America.
Hello,
y'all.
I'm Ronald Reagan.
Reagan.
Ronald Reagan. Poo poo.
America.
Wasn't it like, hello, my name is Ronald Reagan. I'm the
Irish.
I was the president. No, I'm not Irish. No.
That's not me.
That's my brother.
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald D. McDonald.
Doggin. So Ronald Reagan screened War Games.
Hello.
Have you've watched War Games, haven't you? I hope. You've never
I
watched
don't
War
know
Games?
if I have.
It's
Who's in it?
I don't know.
Have you watched War Games, Alex?
I've watched it.
Oh, who's in it?
I've watched
yeah, who's in
it,
it?
but I can't remember who's
Oh, how convenient.
in it. In all fairness, it came out 35 years ago. Shut up, Evan. I know. So he screened War Games at Camp David when it came out, just as a precursor. Camp
It's
David.
not very nice to call him.
Well, Camp David is like a retreat for the president to use. This is making this very
Sounds very
different.
worse.
This
I'm
is-
going to Camp David.
They usually do. Oh, there he is.
I mean, oh shit. Well,
This was used usually to meet with world leaders. Which these are the.
have you met David?
Here he is. Basically, the most important facts I could find about Camp David is that Nixon added a pool and did other improvements, and President George H.W. Bush had his daughter married there, the first ever.
Just
marriage.
had his daughter married then. Just
Yeah.
didn't ask her. Just get married. We're getting you married here.
Might as well while you're here. Come on, set it up. This was in 1992.
Why all these presidents have very British accents?
Yeah, it's the way it goes behind closed doors, Howard.
I'm pretty sure H. Bush spoke more like this.
I don't know anything
very-
about H.W. Bush.
H. Bush. He was the dad of the other one.
I know George. I know it's his dad, but I don't know
I know
anything
him.
else but that. Go to the pub on a weekend But
done some paintings.
that wedding was in 1992, and it hasn't been done since. I don't think, unless it has, and that was just the milestone, and they don't list anymore because they're not as important. I'm sorry if you've had a wedding there after 1992.
Screw you.
But War Games essentially freaked Ronald the fuck out, making him ask in a White House meeting, could something like this really happen?
Have you seen this documentary?
He asked, could something like this really happen? Could someone break into our most sensitive computers? Which, let me just say, he got a reply a week later. He's the fucking president, dude. Just what? Just message. Oh, I guess they probably didn't have.
Well, they've got
phones.
someone somewhere gets to make the excuse
they had
of,
phones
oh
back
yeah,
then.
we'll do some research. It'll cost you this much. We need to hire a team of this many people. We're going to find out if someone really could get into the White House and put their sticky fingers all over your computer screens.
We'll try it.
You know what? I probably could actually. Yeah, no, you know what? There are doors.
I've done it.
There are doors, and we're in America, so there's guns.
Oh,
So they can probably find their way through the doors with the guns.
with the guns
And
through you.
and
to
then
get to
they'll,
your computer.
They'll put the fingers all over the monitors.
Disgusting.
And then
Leave.
What are we going to do?
Leave.
What leave? Us
Leave.
leave the White House now.
Leave.
Uh,
I'm talking to you. Leave. Leave.
you're right. I'm not the president. I should go. Yeah.
So he got a reply. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he got a reply a week later saying, "Mr. President, the problem is much worse than you think. And
They're already here.
check your Minecraft account." His house is just gone. And he goes, "Oh no!" This then led to a complete revamp of how the Defense Department handled computer security.
We've put the computers on the roof.
And the rain.
Helicopters. Oh God.
And this led to the beginning of the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. They even showed clips from the
computers.
movie.
From the movie.
They even showed clips from the movie
Movie.
during the congressional hearings.
Well.
So they even showed clips from the movie while they were trying to get the law passed, essentially.
See, this is what we did wrong the first time. So that's a... Never mind.
So that's an alien. Oh, sorry. That's my ET copy. We failed him, by the way. And
Poor
then
little
just
guy.
Carries on. Where is he now? Get me a report. We got what?
Well, we're going to need to put together another team.
That'll be 50 million, probably, in 3 months. Bye. We found him. They just bring back like some really old guy.
Look.
Oh my god.
Just put a little LED on the end of his finger.
And Ronald Reagan.
I'll be right
did
here.
it. We did it. He's just dying. I'll be right here.
I'll be right
And
here.
then just collapses right in front of him. And Ronald Reagan's like, "No, E.T.
No.
I could have saved you.
Phone home.
Fire the missiles."
Oh.
Where? At my heart. But this wasn't actually the only time that sci-fi had a major influence on Reagan.
Let me guess. George W. Bush watched Independence Day.
I don't think George Bush was old enough at this point. But this is an influence on Reagan, not another president. This is another influence.
He's watched
on Reagan.
another movie and got shit scared again.
No.
Yes.
Yes. The biggest sci-fi influence the president had was a Citizens Advisory Council on National Space Policy, which was...
Oh, is this the story of Star Wars?
It was mainly led by Larry Niven.
This is good. I like this. Such a stupid fucking story.
It was made by Larry Niven and Jerry Purnell, two sci-fi co-writers best known for Ringworld, if you've ever watched that.
No.
Or read it. I don't know if
Heard
it's a
of.
book or a film.
Heard of, but no.
And more writers in sci-fi. Well, they had more writers, like the sci-fi writers and aerospace professionals as well. So it wasn't just like complete fictional.
It wasn't complete bullshit. It was just kind of bullshit.
It was mostly just they were here to drink tea and not do anything because we're extremely British here in America.
The president thinks our movies are real.
Has he seen SpongeBob?
Don't let him see it.
Purnell had ideas like mining asteroids for minerals and reusable rockets.
Rogots. Reusable rogots.
Reusable rockets that take off and land vertically.
Oh, hello.
This led to the development of the DC-X test rocket, which would later be succeeded by Elon Musk and SpaceX's rocket systems.
Nice.
So Purnell is a hero to you and I in space.
You're saluting, but they can't see.
I am saluting. I'm flipping back and forth just so I get the right one.
Just for you.
That was just for you, Elon.
Sir.
Purnell, Elon. Both of you. One idea that Reagan especially liked and actually announced in 1983 with little to no consultation with his own experts, which actually a White House technical advisor said in his book, "We were stunned. The whole thing was just nutty because it was content free. It was a challenge to the scientific community to go invent something, basically.
Jesus.
It was a strategic defense initiative." AKA the orbital laser missile shield to protect the US against the evil empire of the Soviet Union.
I saw this film about an empire. It was in space.
Little green men who talked backwards.
It was a documentary. They're coming and they got laser swords.
And they're from far away.
I seen it with my own two eyes.
You want to watch it? I got it on DVD. Oh no,
This
the
is like-
aliens took it.
This is like the 80s. I ain't got a DVD.
Oh, is it?
I'm lying.
Oh, is it video?
Well, Reagan, wasn't he in the 80s?
83. He
Yeah.
announced this.
I don't even know if did they have home video in 83 or did they?
I would assume so
No,
at that
yeah,
point.
I'm
I'd assume they'd have black and white VHS.
thinking
Sort of. Do you know the TV that's
Yeah.
in Courage the Cowardly
Oh,
Dog?
wasn't
that sort of
Betamax like
level.
82, 83?
Who?
Oh, never mind.
This initiative, actually, the US spent billions of dollars on it, which ultimately had little to show for itself and was dropped in the 90s.
Jesus, it was
So-
such a stupid fucking idea.
So they didn't end
I
up
mean,
making a laser
not-
missile shield.
It's not completely stupid idea, but
If you're in the 80s.
in the 80s, yeah, it was a long way off. We've literally just perfected that like rocket that the guy invented in the late 70s.
Very true, very true. So
We've only just
he's a bit
perfected
ahead of his
that,
time.
Yeah.
So get on it, guys.
There's no reason why a bunch of space lasers wouldn't help.
Like Disney's
I mean,
remaking loads of movies. Why not remake a laser-guided automatic missile launcher against Russia?
It's great. It's a great space. You could build some
Lasers
studio apartments up there.
in space on the laser. Laser space departments would be nice.
It's just a good idea overall. We shouldn't be wasting money on trying to seed another planet with humans.
Just
That's a stupid idea. What we should do,
is build up.
yeah, just keep building up
Just keep building up.
and eventually we'll get to the other planets.
Well, have you ever played Minecraft?
No, what's that?
It's a realistic game of building. So you basically build up and
Realistic, you say?
make a cobblestone generator, and you've got everything.
That
you
sounds
need.
awfully realistic.
It is. People have actually theorized that he jumped at this idea because of the technology used in one of his spy movies, Murder in the Air, which
in space.
which had a powerful death ray that could shoot missiles out of the sky. But it isn't all in vain, however, as the Marines and an Army Cyber Institute are using sci-fi to better their work. Sci-fi works to better their work.
Go ahead.
To understand the future of warfare, essentially. Well, that's what the Marines
We've
are
been
using it
studying these things. It's called Call of Duty. We think it's some kind of ancient text.
for. Here's your report on Tron, sir.
Great movie. Awful
And,
special effects.
Have you ever
Great
watched a movie called Ghost Fleet?
No.
Have you ever heard of a movie called Ghost Fleet?
No.
Well, that is used to teach in military academies, apparently. So if you've
Is it about a fleet of ghosts?
It's
that
Casper the Friendly
attacked
Ghost,
the White
the
House,
sequel.
and was it directed by Ronald Reagan?
Um,
This is what to do if the ghosts invade the house.
Well, let's move
Sorry,
on
I
to our last two stories, which I've purposely kept till last.
Oh.
So I'll give you the option. What do you want to hear about? You can either hear about first. I'm still going to read both of them because these are awesome. You can either hear about a factory or drugs. I'll give you that little.
That sounds
bit
like
of
one story to
information.
me.
Factory it is. Which one do you want to go for?
Let's go for factory because we'll get to the drugs.
Okay. Yes. This is one that I loved. I was reading this yesterday. Oh, it's great. Today I learned about Charlie Bucket's interesting future.
Charlie Bucket.
Charlie Bucket.
Hello.
Are you alright,
It's me,
mate?
Bucket here.
This is
I'm
the,
hoping he's British
So this
and from Yorkshire.
is... this is
Otherwise,
about...
this character's out.
Well, you'll know.
Will I?
This is a sequel to the famous Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Which,
Factory.
Have you heard about that?
That was very northern.
Factory. Have you heard about this? The sequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Was written
Yes,
by
the
Roald
glass
Dahl.
elevator. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, have you heard about this?
I think I've read it.
Oh, have you really?
Yeah.
This is amazing. I was reading about it last night. Yeah, called Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator, published in 1972 to 1973. It was published around that time.
Around.
Because I think it was published in America first and then the UK.
Yeah, I'm fine.
This is everyone. What? This is a spoiler warning before we go on. If you actually want to read the book, but I've essentially just crammed it down into the little best bits. The story picks off
Picks off a
Charlie.
few characters immediately. My kind of story.
The story picks up where Charlie in the Chocolate Factory left off. He won the factory and inherited all the debt and became a crippling
And
alcoholic.
Never learnt his lesson
And
about the.
ate too much candy because
Yeah.
Charlie Willy Wonka and his family are traveling in the glass elevator and it accidentally goes into orbit.
Yes, accidentally.
First of all, it accidentally goes into orbit. So Willy Wonka docks them at the Space Hotel USA.
I've conveniently placed a hotel in space because I'm a chocolate billionaire.
Connoisseur.
A chillillionaire.
That's probably what Cadbury does, to be honest.
What, space hotels?
Yeah.
What do you mean, probably?
I've been to one. This is seen as space piracy, however, by the astronauts aboard or the astronauts around, and even the president
The chocolate
himself.
astronauts.
Yeah, the chocolate astronauts, because Willy Wonka just
Oh, please
killed
tell me they
everyone.
were more just on Balloompas, but in space.
I don't think so, unfortunately.
Oh.
And even the president being accused of being spies and aliens by the President Reagan.
Oh, God.
No, I don't think it was Reagan.
I think it was.
I think it's somebody completely made up. They soon discover that the hotel has been taken over by shape-shifting alien monsters known as
if it wasn't a bad enough day.
at the
already.
factory.
Somehow we were in space.
Known
And
as
now this.
they're known as the verminous nids. Nids or canids.
Knid.
With one nid, so they're like walking around and stuff like that, and with one nid in each of the 5 elevators of the hotel, they spell scram, allowing them to evacuate the hotel.
Get out of here, you punks. Scram.
Scram. I mean, this was written in the
God
70s.
damn humans.
Charlie suggests towing the hotel to Earth and burn it.
Shut up, Charlie.
He
You
suggests
idiot.
towing the hotel to Earth and burning the nids in the Earth's atmosphere as they.
You loser.
Sort of
Good day.
crash.
That's a stupid idea.
So they do it, and
Oh.
Willy Wonka releases the shuttle, releases like the hotel, leaving. Oh, actually, no, they don't do this. Sorry,
I think Doctor Who might have just stolen this with the TARDIS pulling back.
actually, they don't do this. They don't burn them. I apologize.
Oh,
I was wrong. Wonka releases a shuttle, leaving the hotel overrun and lost in space forever. They just sort of like shoot it off into space. They then crash through the chocolate factory roof in the elevator
And kill 1,000 Oompa Loompas
and cover it up
with a
expertly.
carpet. Made of chocolate!
with a
I'm
paper
Willy
towel.
Wonka the freak!
I'm Willy Wonka the psychopath.
I've made a chocolate carpet!
He's just in a 1-bedroom apartment, just banging his head against the wall. I've made the best factory in the UK.
Making golden tickets out of toilet paper.
Gold ticket to you, and it's just his appliances.
I'm suffering! Absolutely.
Once they get back home, you know the three grandparents who wouldn't get out of bed?
They're all dead.
During the film? No.
Crushed by the elevator.
Crushed by everything. Crushed by the hotel.
Crushed by the
Accidentally
impending
came back.
doom of this dialogue.
Worthlessness. Back home, Wonka gives the three grandparents, who are bedridden, Wonkavite. Wonkavite.
It's made from me.
They accidentally, well, I'd say they accidentally, they take too much and it takes 80 years off their life, turning two of them into 2-year-old babies.
I smell a sequel.
Or actually not 2-year-old babies, it just turns them into babies. While the 78-year-old Grandma Georgina vanishes.
Oh.
Because she's 78 and it took them back 80 years.
And her mom's not around to give birth to her again, so she's just erased from existence.
Oh, yes. No.
I didn't think this one out.
Charlie and Willy Wonka travel to Minus Land
Oh, fuck.
to find Georgina's spirit.
A spirit?
They find it and they spray her with Vita Wonk.
It's just a fetus floating around in space.
She's a ghost.
Oh, what did you expect? She went backwards.
So they find her and spray her with
I'm
Wonk,
not a thing.
a Vita Wonk.
Oh, excuse you?
Vita Wonk, which is the opposite of Wonkavite. Come on, Harry, keep up. To age her
The
again.
story makes perfect sense. I don't know what you're not following.
But unfortunately, Wonka says it's not an accurate way to age people, but it's the only way.
It's not an exact science.
They accidentally made her 358 years old.
My bad.
Oops. Eventually, they managed to correct the thing. They managed to give them the right amount of Wonkavite and Vita Wonk.
I've got it down to an exact science. I'm not insane.
Then the president, that motherfucker who thought that they were spies and aliens,
I've seen another documentary.
he invites the family and Willy Wonka to the White House to thank them for the space rescue. What is going on? And that is the end of. That is the end.
And that's when Willy Wonka met Ronald Reagan, and there was no difference between the two people.
It was the same person. He just kept turning sideways.
Great to meet you, Mr. President.
In all
Well,
fairness,
you too.
in all fairness, the title that whoever posted this on Reddit, they made it sound a lot better. They made it sound a lot better by saying, "Oh, in the sequel, they
So you're
become
telling
space
me
pirates."
I should
they
have
get
gone to
blamed by
Reddit
the
to read
president."
this, apparently.
Yes.
Oh.
Which you can afterwards with all the notes on our website at cluelessinter.net.
I don't want to.
I just want to float in space. But they made it sound way better. Like the title had stuff like, "Oh, the grandparents misuse drugs" and stuff like that. And I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna get some like hardcore heroin grandmas or something."
And then it turned out to be a Roald Dahl story.
Then it turned out to be a children's tale.
Which is exactly what I expected.
But yeah, and the unfinished sequel to this would have been Charlie in the White House, which only has
I knew it. I was on a something.
which is unfortunately the canned version of Corey in the House. That's a lie. That's a lie.
You awful person.
Unfortunately, the Charlie in the White House only has one completed chapter. But who knows? Who knows? We may read it one day if I can find it. Who knows?
Let someone write it.
Please, someone email it in to podcast@cluelessinter.net if you know it. Thank you. And, pardon me. Thank you for listening. I was about to say. Today I learned about Pablo Eskobear.
Eskobear.
Escobar.
Oh.
So, in
like
1985, drug smuggler, which also he has an awesome name, Andrew Thornton II. What an awesome
What happened
name
to the
is-
first one?
Good.
Oh. What kind of story?
He dropped large quantities of cocaine near Blairsville, Georgia.
Well, just like, oh, shit.
Out the plane. Out of his plane.
Oh, shit. Not again.
He then jumped from the autopiloted
Ah,
Cessna.
My Coke.
Well, it's called Cessna 404.
It's a little...
It's an
Plane.
error. It's a little red one, yeah. It's a little sort of like stunt plane. And it sounds exactly like that until it crashed. Oh.
My Coke.
But he jumped out as well. He jumped out after. I think he might have jumped out a little later, and left the autopilot Cessna 404 to fly itself.
Glide peacefully into a
He
small office
unfortunately,
building.
he unfortunately got caught in his parachute and ended up free falling to the
What,
ground.
by the police?
What?
Yo, freeze! Ah! How did this happen? I'm frozen in midair.
Why are you in space?
Why am I not in
Space
space?
police.
So, space precinct.
His his body was found in someone's yard in Knoxville, Tennessee. So I don't know how far away Georgia is from Tennessee, but I'm assuming it's not close.
Hey, yeah, there's some dead guy in my yard. There was no coke.
Damn it.
What do you mean? I know nothing about no coke. There was no coke. He was just a dead body.
Unfortunately, the Cessna 404 crashed in Hayesville, North Carolina, 60 miles away. So
Jesus,
he's going
that
into
went-
national
That autopilot was pretty
60 miles.
pretty good. Considering it's not supposed to actually fly the plane.
I know.
Just
well,
keep it level.
Oh, well, it was autopiloting, wasn't it? So it would
Autopilot just keeps it generally level. You still need to pilot the plane.
Oh, but it just go
just makes
straight,
it-
wouldn't it?
A fucking hell of a lot easier.
It would just go straight, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't take much to knock it off course, and with no one there to correct it.
So it just must have been a very clear path.
I was just thinking, I'm just surprised that it went that far.
Not a single bird in sight. When they found his body, they found night vision goggles, a bulletproof vest, Gucci loafers, and a duffel bag with 40 kilos.
Going out in style.
Roughly $15 million worth of cocaine. So he had another duffel bag, full of 40 kilos of cocaine anyway. So he dropped the other amount, I guess, to do something.
Oh, well, he would retrieve
I guess
it. He'd retrieve
I was
it
about to say he
later on
probably
once
would
he
retrieve
landed.
it later. Yeah, because that
I'm
plane probably
guessing
cost piss all.
I'm guessing he just didn't plan on
Dying.
eating ground so hard.
Eating dirt in a Knoxville backyard. But this story isn't about him. This story isn't about him. You can forget all about Andrew.
It's all
Thornton.
about the yard.
It's about 3 months later, where the large quantity of cocaine he dropped was found in Chattahoochee National Forest.
By
But they were empty
who found?
by the police,
Oh,
I think. Or it was found by someone and then the police.
oh yeah, no,
reported.
totally empty. I didn't take the what?
But they were empty. And a 175-pound black bear was found dead next to them.
Oh my god! Yes.
He had apparently eaten all the cocaine.
And had a great night.
His stomach was literally packed to the brim with cocaine. There isn't a mammal on the planet. Well, he said there isn't a mammal on the planet that could survive that. The now retired medical examiner.
His heart was the size of a caravan.
Oh, this is gonna be. Do you want to try reading these?
Go on.
Try reading that next bullet point because I can't pronounce anything.
Which one are we going for?
The one that's on the top of the screen. Is it got like?
Are we looking at until?
Oh, you want to look too? Oh, wait a second. Let me.
You should.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's the one. The top
Until.
line, cerebral. You wanna try that? Try that. You can do it. Harry.
Cerebral hemorrhaging.
Is that what it says?
Yeah, cerebral hemorrhaging, respiratory failure, hypothermia, renal failure, heart failure, stroke. You name it, that bear had it.
Well, there you go. That bear. I thought I'd let you take that one. But instead of so after that, the examiner, the medical examiner, I think, had it stuffed.
I was going to say, this is a once-in-a-lifetime bear.
Yeah, well, it said
The
that.
look on its face when it died. Just pure ecstasy.
And dead.
No, coke.
But instead of burying it and cremating it, he stuffed it, dude.
He stuffed it with
Cocaine.
and threw it out of a fucking settlement.
He just threw it out of his 2-story window.
He would have wanted it this way.
He gifted it to the Chattahoochee River National Recreation Area.
That's nice.
But unfortunately, it was moved around multiple times since 1986.
Moved around or it
Moved
moved
around.
around of its owner, Ghost Bear.
Well, it got moved from the Chattahoochee River National Recreation after the area had threats of wildfire. It was moved to a warehouse in Dalton. Then it was purchased by singer-songwriter Waylon Jennings, who is apparently a very famous folk or
I think I recognise
country singer. He then gave it to Ron Thompson, I think as a gift because I think he realised that it was stolen. I think it was stolen from the Dalton warehouse.
Who's Ron Thompson? That's some guy.
He's a Kentucky native turned hustler in Las Vegas.
That's some guy. Hey, I'm some gay.
Until 2009, when Thompson died, and Zhu Tang, I hope I'm saying that right, Zhu Tang, a Chinese guy who...
Yeah, I'm just some gay.
It said a Chinese gentleman with no other description. He bought it for $200.
Jeez.
He's living
It's a good deal.
in Reno.
What year is this?
Bought it 1986.
It's still a good price.
Well, it would
for
have probably
1986.
been. Actually, I think it would have probably been 1990s. I think
That's
by
a really
this
good
point.
price.
Oh no, actually no, 2009. It said until 2009 when Thompson died.
Boy, based on inflation, that's ridiculous.
So
$200 for a giant stuff.
For a giant
that
stuff-
took loads of cocaine is amazing.
Yeah, it did. But I don't know if they stuffed it and left it in the position that it was in, or if they put it into.
They just put a voice box in it, the little sound box, just constant screaming.
Yeah, just every time someone walks past, all you hear is.
Nice, beautiful, the eternal scream
Um,
of a coked out bear.
Actually, I do know the position that it was left in. It's essentially just a stereotypical bear position. There.
Sitting with his legs crossed, smoking a pipe.
Yeah. And then when Zhu Tang died in 2012.
Oh, that didn't last very long.
Oh no, yeah, he didn't keep it very long.
Poor Zhu Tang.
The bear was left in his office, and his wife hated
The bear
it.
had an office.
Well, it was left in his office. The bear's office. Yeah.
The bear had an office.
The bear had an office. No,
Why?
no,
Yes.
Zhu Tang had an office, and he left it in there. So he must have. He
Okay.
must have been a high up guy in a company. You wouldn't just bring a bear carcass
Oh no, it only cost him $200.
into work. I mean, true.
Doesn't sound like.
True.
It'd be great if it was like a back office of like a pizza place.
Yeah. Oh my
It's just
god.
got a giant bear.
It's just got the menu hanging from his neck. But when he died in 2012, his wife hated it and was willing to give it away as long as the new owners paid for the shipping. So, do you want to hazard a guess at where it ended up now? Where the last place of the cocaine bear lasted?
I'm gonna say maybe a museum,
Um,
Smithsonian or something.
I mean, you would hope so. I mean, you would hope so, but no. It is actually
The back office of a Pizza Hut.
I wish. It's now the main attraction in the Kentucky for Kentucky store in the Fun Mall.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Kentucky fucking Stucky. What?
Kentucky for Kentucky. It's like
Kentucky fucking Kentucky.
Kentucky for Kentucky.
Kentucky fucking Kentucky.
Kentucky for Kentucky.
Yeah.
In the Fun Mall Lexington, which is a weird name for a mall. But it's a main attraction.
What kind of mall is it? Oh, fun mall.
Fun?
Real fun.
Real. There's at least one hot dog stand.
That's the best.
And there's a
It's my favorite.
ball pit with a few balls. I mean,
Not the kind of balls you would expect.
don't go in there if you're underage.
It was a sex dungeon.
But the Kentucky for Kentucky store is like a clothing store.
Yeah.
I think primarily. And
We also sell hot dogs.
we also sell bears, dead bears full of cocaine. And that's it. That's it for my facts this week. How did you find them? How did you enjoy those ones? I really enjoyed researching a few of those.
They were pretty damn cool. I always love hearing the Star Wars story again. It's so fucking stupid.
Well, talking about stupid, let's make ourselves look like fools in the next section. 3 real, 3 fake.
Three real and 3 fake.
Welcome back, everyone, to our next section, 3 real, 3 fake, where I have gathered 6 real or fake stories for Howard and you to decipher my lies, essentially. Sociopathic behaviour, frothy coffee. Are you ready, Howard? Are you ready for these? My first one is LA-based personal trainer spreads word of crying workout, which includes crying in graveyards and eating raw onions. It's just shredding off your head. Are you saying that's real or are you saying that's fake?
It's real.
It's real?
Yeah.
Okay. The next one I have for you is New Mexico couple arrested after police find Jack Black Shrine in neighbours' air vents, complete with saliva sample and lock of hair. Real or fake, Howard?
Real.
Real? Okay.
It's too good to be true.
My next one is
I should have said fake.
Tennessee man accused of dipping testicles in customers' salsa before online delivery. Real or fake?
I want it to be real, but I'm going to say fake.
You're going to say fake. Okay. Malaysian government to offer elderly couples $1,000 each to die faster thanks to accidental law.
Oh, that's real.
You want to say that's real?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Massive barbecue planned outside a vegan's home after she complained about meat smell. Real or fake? Faux.
Hey, you smell,
Faux story.
You smell that meat smell?
Yeah. Oh, it's my leg.
That's a meaty smell.
My leg.
um,
Real or fake, Ed?
Fake.
You want to say fake on that one? And last but not least, Oklahoma man driving stolen vehicle caught with rattlesnake, uranium, whiskey, and firearm.
I'm going to have to say fake because I've already done the three.
You're going to have to say fake? Howard, I can say to you that you got them all wrong, I think. Did you say, what did you say for massive barbecue?
Excuse me?
It's fake.
No, I said...
Oh, did you say real?
for the first one?
For the meat one. For the barbecue
for the
one.
meat smell?
For the barbecue on the meat smell.
Oh, I said that was fake.
Oh, so you got them all wrong, Howard.
Oh.
Congratulations. Let's get on to our first one. Actually, no, I'm going to save that one till last. That one's a fucking good one. Tennessee man accused of dipping testicles into customer salsa before online delivery
Well, it's real.
is real.
Well,
LA-based personal trainer with the crying method is fake. That one's a fake one. Oklahoma man driving stolen vehicle. I was about to read the first story and then not do the whole rundown. Oklahoma man,
so the uranium was real.
Oklahoma man driving
I
stolen
was trying
vehicle.
to make a mutant snake.
That was real. That was a real one.
Oh, God.
New Mexico couple arrested for Jack Black Shrine is fake. That one's a fake-a-rooney.
Well,
Um,
that one was sounding very elaborate, that one did.
I'm getting good at
I
writing.
know,
I'm
yeah.
getting good at writing these. Malaysian government to offer elderly couples $1,000 each to die faster thanks to accidental law is fake.
I wanted that one to be real.
And then last but not least, the massive barbecue is real. That one is real. Which I'm excited to get to that one a little bit.
I was right. I know it. There's a meat smell.
So the Tennessee man accused of dipping
fell
his
in
testicles
my bones. Oh,
he's dipping his testicles into the meat.
yeah.
The 31-year-old Harold.
I am the meat.
Well,
I got meat.
I got meat bones. Meat bones.
Meatballs.
Meatballs, bones. The 31-year-old Howard Matthew Webb,
Yes.
which is not you.
I don't know.
Don't try the salsa.
You haven't convinced me yet. I have got meaty balls.
He was.
I've turned into Gilbert Gottfried again.
God damn it.
Oh no!
He was recorded dipping his testicles into the salsa by the driver, and the clip was uploaded saying this was either in the title or verbally. I couldn't really confirm. This is what happened.
This guy's really committed to his job.
This is what you get when you give an 89-cent tip for almost a 30-minute drive. Isn't it like if 30 minutes is free?
Wait, so telling me I get free meatballs?
For 89
That sounds
cents.
pretty good.
The driver was fired and
I
her
don't know what
details...
accent this is.
I don't know. The driver was fired and her details have been passed over to the authorities, but not charged. Howard, however,
Yes.
was charged with adulteration of food, liquids,
Yeah,
or
I was.
pharmaceuticals, which is a Class C crime.
Oh.
A Class C crime can include manslaughter, robbery, and some drug-related crimes.
But not all at once. Then it becomes a bee.
Then it becomes a party.
That's what I call a party.
However, he pleaded guilty in court to an amended charge of a misdemeanor assault/offensive touching. So,
Yes.
so he got a lesser charge essentially.
Jesus.
Howard began to laugh in court,
Oh.
and the court judge Robert Hedwick
Yes.
was having none of it, snapping at him. "What are you laughing about, Mr. Webb?
Quiet.
There is nothing about this situation I find cute or funny. It's abhorrent." I hope that was his voice. I hope it wasn't. "What are you laughing at, Mr. Webb?
This is totally abhorrent.
There is nothing about this situation I find cute and funny.
Except maybe my ludicrously high voice.
Can I borrow your balls?" And he was sentenced to 6 months suspended sentence on supervised probation. And was required. He was required to do 30 days of jail.
30
first.
days?
Dales of jail.
Get in there. They're all oiled up and ready to go.
Dales of jail. Minus 21 days credit for the time he spent locked up since his arrest last month. So he essentially only had to spend 9 days in real jail because he would have been held.
Not pretend jail.
Not pretend jail. Nope.
Real jail.
Real jail.
Real jail,
with
mate.
real testicle dippers. He also had to attend 90 drug and alcohol counselling sessions within 90 days.
And not one of them said anything about putting my balls in their salsa.
What a
I
fucking
mean,
class.
come on.
Live a little. And
That's what I always say.
And to top it off, he had to pay a $10 fine plus court costs. He also can't be in contact with the customer
Or salsa.
or anything for that fact. Jesus, stay away from cooking my breakfast.
Did they put like a little cone over his balls like they put on that? Like...
That'll teach you. So he just can't get them in like a
Yeah, but
in
if
the
I
hole.
just angle it just right, I can just pour salsa. It's a little salsa ball.
I only dipped one this time.
Hey, you want to maybe try some?
And last but not least, the customers did get a full refund for their salsa. I hope they got that 89-cent tip back as well. Fuck them. Next, we have Oklahoma. Oh, actually, no, I want to save the Oklahoma man. I want to go to massive barbecue planned outside vegan's home
I don't know.
after she complained about meat smell. This is Celia Carden. She filed a lawsuit against her neighbour in West Australia in 2018, claiming they deliberately interrupted her garden time by barbecuing, smoking, and playing basketball.
How dare they enjoy their afternoon?
It's deliberate. All I can smell is fish, she said. I can't
Wait a
enjoy
minute.
my backyard.
Fish?
It's been devastating. It's been turmoil.
Maybe
It's
I might-
been unrest.
I might be on her side. It's just always fish.
I mean,
all
if
day,
it's
every
always
day.
fish, like,
I'm like, fucking
Don't
hell,
get me
come
wrong.
on. Buy some fucking bacon.
don't get me wrong. I love fish.
I love
me
a bit of
some
fish,
but
yeah.
the smell is with certain fish. The smell
And you
is
gotta
fucking
listen to the
stupid.
basketball
And you've got to listen to
going,
the smoking
and the smoking
and the basketball
and the people
fish,
having a great time.
the fish.
Oh man.
The fish. I haven't been able to sleep. She hasn't been able to sleep, so they must be doing this pretty fucking late. If
Either
she
that
can't-
or it's just traumatizing her.
I can't sleep. Maybe it is. She's getting
It's
numb.
the meat smell.
Maybe
I
she's
can't
getting
get it
numb
out.
flashbacks. Who knows?
Nom, nom, nom.
Bailey Mason, who isn't
Mailey Basin?
Bailey Mason, who is not the. It works either way. Bailey Mason, who is not the neighbour, started a Facebook
I'm
event.
just some guy.
Yeah, he essentially
Hi,
is
I'm
just
some
some
guy.
guy.
I was in the neighborhood
I saw your fish smell.
with my eyes.
Gross.
I'm weird.
He started a Facebook event called Community Barbecue for Celia Carden, and it's actually on October the 19th, 2019. So if you want to join
Internet,
in,
get on it.
they can't cook
I
us
need
all.
to see this. Oh,
Nearly 9,000 people were interested in attending as of the article being written, which I think it was being written either earlier this year or late last year. So it could have a lot more.
they've got if it was last year, it's like they've got a wide window for
I know.
getting shit ready.
She could die. within that time. You don't know.
Oh, I know.
I can smell it with my eyes.
I got that meat smell.
It's rotted. So basically, if you want to join in, I'd actually saying that I did Google the event and I couldn't find anything on it, so it may have been.
It may have been
abolished.
total bullshit.
It may have already happened.
Oh.
In the future. So they took it down.
My favourite place.
Celia Carden had a problem with her neighbour cooking meat on their barbecue because she's a vegan. Recently, taking them to the Supreme Court, said Bailey. Don't let Celia destroy a good old Aussie tradition. Join us for a community barbecue and help
I
Celia
didn't
Carden.
realise we're in Oz, mate.
Australia.
Fuck no.
Don't let Celia destroy a good old Aussie tradition.
No, that's just we're just alive. We're just living.
Meat smell.
Barbecue, that's how we live, mate. You can't take that away from us.
And let's help Celia
Jesus
Carden
Christ,
get some
love.
pork on her fork.
Excuse me?
Get some pork on her fork. Which is not
I
a
like it.
euphemism.
Yes, it is. It's obvious.
The court dismissed her case in January, so this was written earlier this year, saying she had too little evidence. But then she filed a 600-page document detailing her appeal,
Jesus Christ.
intending to keep fighting. This was eventually thrown out as well.
Put it on the Barbie, mate.
She said, "What they're doing. This is what the State Administrative Tribunal of Western Australia had to say. What they're doing is living in their backyard and their home as a family." And it was dismissed once again.
Yeah, mate, that's just how we live.
But get this:
Gotta cook food.
the neighbours
Food.
actually did try to reduce the problem by moving the barbecue, reducing patio lighting, keeping the dogs quiet, asking the kids to stop playing basketball, and even replacing plants in
Oh,
the
no,
fucking
mate, it's
garden.
not a problem. We'll just completely change our life just for
We'll
you.
just move.
No, there's no need for any of that. We'll just change our entire life, right? Just for you.
We'll move in.
Because you're
Next
so
week.
fucking special, mate. I just love you. Prick.
Oh, ignore this. This is just a hug around the neck.
With these shears I found in the garden.
Chip chop.
On the
Bye.
Barbie.
On the Barbie that I can't use anymore because of you.
Can't live without my meat smell, mate.
I'll kill you with affection.
It's so bloody lovely, mate. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm a good person,
Yes.
Carden told 9 News. I just want peace and quiet
Oh,
from the incessant fish.
my-
They
Can't
won't
shut 'em
shut
up.
the fuck up and stop smoking. Maybe they're just cooking themselves. Anyway, let's move on to our next one. My favorite. Oklahoma man driving
Australia.
stolen vehicle caught with a rattlesnake, uranium, whiskey, and firearm.
All combined into one
Mega snake.
uranium rifle.
Snake.
I call it the uranium rifle.
Snake.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen or Stephen Jennings and Rachel
Stephen or
Riviera.
Stephen, yeah.
Stephen or Stephen Jennings, either one of them will do.
Yeah.
Rachel Rivera.
Sounds like a Lifetime movie already.
They were stopped. They were stopped for driving with expired tags, which I don't know what tags are actually. What are tags on
I'm
cars?
guessing their insurance shit for in America.
I would have thought that, but then the officer found Stefan had an expired license. And just to go on, it was found for not having insurance as well.
Poor license just died.
Well, yes, I don't know what tags are. I think tags might be sort of like the tax that you pay, maybe,
Possibly.
like how we used to pay road tax
Yeah.
with the stickers on the car. So it could be that.
Now we just use magic.
So they found out that he also had an expired license, and Rachel was a wanted felon for possession of a firearm.
Oh.
They were promptly arrested.
My arm's on fire! You are under arrest.
So, so after that,
Makes sense.
So after this, the Ford Explorer was impounded for not having insurance as well. They
Naughty car.
just to top it all off, they also found that it was stolen.
Oh.
So it had no insurance, no tags. He had no license, and it was stolen to top it off. So then the impound of the vehicle begins and they start moving compartments. Here's the rattlesnake in the back seat, said Agent Anthony Gibbs. It was
he
surprising.
said that as if he was looking for it.
Well,
Here's the rattlesnake.
oh, here it is. There it is, boys.
Here's the rattlesnake.
Oh, they've got two. Fancy.
And I found the uranium.
Oh, it bit me. Death.
My veins are green.
I am the Hulk. Glasses. It was surprising to the officer, obviously. They then found a bottle of whiskey, a firearm, and a mysterious yellow powder labelled uranium. Stephen's reason for having the uranium was from his purchase of a Geiger counter. A Geiger counter is an instrument used for detecting and measuring ionizing radiation, also known
I
as
thought
the
it was
Geiger,
to find Geigers.
and also known as the Geiger-Muller
There's
counter.
a HR Geiger right there.
Oh, got him. It is widely used in applications such as radiation, dosimetry, dosimetry, radiological protection, experimental physics, and the nuclear industry. Made it through that one. Slightly.
The nuclear.
The nuclear Renault Clio.
That was definitely all words.
I'm using the right words, just not in the right order. He told
What else is new?
They will understand when president.
Yes.
He told police jokingly, I hope, that he was trying to make a super snake. Stephen,
No.
I hope it was.
I'm pretty sure that was a real just statement.
It's the.
I mean, why else would you have uranium in a snake? I mean, why else?
Well, have you ever
You're
watched?
clearly trying to make a super snake.
Have you ever watched Flubber?
Have I ever watched it? That's funny. Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Stephen was charged. With
Yeah, go on.
No reason.
What? Why?
No reason.
Oh.
Just I was going to say, if you ever watched Flubber, that's probably the prequel to that. This is probably the prequel to that.
I thought there was going to be something interesting.
No, sorry. But if you haven't watched Flubber, go watch it. What an amazing film.
Robin Williams, love you.
Rest in peace.
You beautiful man.
Stephen was Stephen or Stefan, both.
Stefan.
Stefan was charged with possession of a stolen vehicle, possession of a stolen snake. No, I'm joking. Transporting an open container of liquor,
But the uranium was his.
operating a vehicle with a suspended license, a failure to carry a security verification, and a failure to carry a security verification form.
I imagine for the uranium.
Well, he was not charged for the uranium, as he had the
That's perfectly fine.
He had the legal amount.
You keep that. You stay there with you on your way out. Bye. Off you go.
and he was in the right
Yeah,
to have
so
the
yeah.
snake.
Oh.
So those two were fine.
No, yeah,
So-
you go make a super snake.
Exactly, you could just go make the super snake now. Just leave
Tell
it in
me
a
how it
shoebox
goes. I
for
want
like
to.
a week.
I want to see this super snake.
Well, have you ever watched Gordon Ramsay? It's sort of like, you leave
Never
the snake.
heard of the guy.
You leave the snake in there to like marinate
Was he some kind of snake genius?
with the uranium, and then it comes out as a super snake. So basically, scorpion.
Gordon Ramsay is a
From-
super snake.
Oh.
What do you call me?
Get a super snake. In the state of Oklahoma, there are certain seasons where you can hunt rattlesnakes. Gibbs said, "This just happens to be one of those seasons." so they'll just keep that snake until he comes out, give it him back, and then arrest him. Smart.
But by then he'll have a super snake.
That will eat the gods.
Fuck you! I
And the
got a
prison.
super snake. That is a dead snake, sir. He's pretty.
glows in the dark.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking super to me.
Just pokes him with a stick. You see him move.
Don't get away. You don't want to get too close to him.
I'd be scared if I was you. You're in for a world of
Don't
pain.
want to get bit by him.
You remember Norm?
Who's Norm?
Norman.
Norman
The snake.
Foreman the snake.
Come on, get up.
All right, I'm coming now.
He glows in the dark.
I'm under arrest.
You want to see him in the dark? He glows.
Ooh. It's pretty super.
I'll show you.
Pretty super.
And Rachel was charged with possession of a firearm after a former felony conviction. Sadly, the snake was killed, though. They euthanized the snake
With uranium.
to kill him, to make a super snake. That's where Hulk came
How?
from.
What do you know? It didn't work.
Well, it's like Spider-Man got bitten by a spider. Hulk
Yeah.
got bitten by a radioactive snake, and that is exactly.
I'm pretty
how it
sure
goes.
that's accurate.
That's accurate.
Yeah, it is accurate.
It's like
Yeah.
Hey, Superman just got bitten by Superwoman.
That's how we do it on Krypton.
Biting people.
Bite me.
How about you bite me?
No,
Howard?
seriously, bite me.
In
I want
today-
to be super.
Well, with that, hopefully I've got some super stories for you
Yeah.
next. In today,
Hopefully.
I fucked up.
Today, I fucked up.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Today I Fucked Up, one of my favourite sections of the three of my favourite sections of the favourite show that we do here called Clueless Internet. Today, Howard, I've gathered up 5 stories for you.
For me?
For you.
For me?
If you want to read some, let me know.
Yeah, you go and then I'll go.
Okay, you want to take it in turns
Yeah,
this time?
sounds good.
We'll see. Because I have officially stopped reading all of the story. I read the TLDR and then go, oh, yeah, it sounds pretty good. And then
I like
grab
it.
that. So it's a bit of mysterious for all of us. This is the part of the show where I'm not in control of the content anymore. I just can turn off to something quite
It's in
horrendous.
control of me.
So, the first story I've got for you today is
Yes.
Today I Fucked Up by Mowing the Lawn. So, Hurricane Doreen happened.
I have hay fever.
Doreen.
Doreen. Oh, Doreen.
And my old man called me up to assist him in removing all the shite and debris that was disturbed all the fuck over the lawn. Distributed, not disturbed.
All the fuck.
Distributed all the fuck
Oh,
over
it's
the
got
lawn.
all of my fuck all over the place.
There's a fuck.
Here's a fuck. There's a fuck. Everywhere's a fuck.
Dad, there's nothing there. Hey, I got no fucks to give. And then just, like, gives him
Because
a
they're
middle
all
finger,
over the
fucking
lawn.
My house. I'm so lonely because I have no house. Because my only friend.
I have an island.
This isn't my son. Is a coconut.
No, wait, that's my son.
Oh, damn it! Now, we have a
And then-
shitload of trees on the property. The amount of branches, leaves, sticks, and acorns,
Just the one.
just the one acorn, was beyond reason. After a few beers of cleaning up, I got a bright idea. I am a lazy man.
Was
Fuck
that you?
doing
or-
this by hand.
Was that you or the story?
Where is the lawn? That's me. I am a lazy man. Back to the story.
No.
He's going to mow the lawn. My father is also a lazy man at times, so in the years since his free slave labor moved out, what? Oh, me. Seeing me and my brother. He bought himself a nice ride-on mower to facilitate ease of rum and coke.
Sounds like a pretty good life.
Of rum and coke consumption during lawn maintenance activities. You just see his lawn, it's all on the piss. Yeah, it's just sort of in loops going everywhere. It looks good to me.
It looks pretty good.
It's a lawn. Still there.
Hey, I got 2 eyes. I can. Hey,
This bottle was full when I started.
hey, look at me. I can.
I could,
You know.
lawn.
Oh,
Just collapsing. Due to this, the old mower, which has the ability to bag up cuttings instead of distributing them, was tucked away in the shed, covered in several years' worth of tools, boxes, cobwebs, and various other pains in the ass. So very sharp glass, I assume. That would be a pretty big pain.
why is this here?
So he got that bad bitch out and took a gander at it. The ride-on mower, not the good one. It had seen better years. The frame was bent slightly, and the little
And he-
rubber flat at the back.
Cut a hole to put his rum bottle in.
That'll do. Just
Perfect.
oil's just spewing everywhere. He's like, oh, keep it cool.
That's how oil works.
Yeah. The little rubber flap at the back that prevents small objects from exiting the rear of the mower at a high rate of speed was nowhere to be found.
I like to shoot shit
Likely in
at
the
the back
same
of my
spot.
lawnmower.
At my wife. Likely in the same spot as the common sense and heaping pot of foreshadowing. What? Oh, likely in the same spot, so basically nowhere. God tried to warn me. No matter what I did, the thing would not turn over.
Because I couldn't hear him over the lawnmower.
What? He's underneath the lawnmower.
Don't do it. I'm trapped. Don't do it. My glasses. This is God.
He just goes, oh, I got it working.
No! You fool!
My
I
legs.
totally warned you.
Nice grass.
You think I'd be louder?
Get me a Coke and bourbon underneath the tractor.
Nobody knew who I was until I put on the deity.
So God tried to warn him because I'm assuming when he says he can't turn it over, he means he can't turn it on. However, armed with hubris and a bottle of quick start spray, what? I got it sputtering to life. And with it, thanks, Howard, for the demonstration.
What?
And with a chuckle at myself about how clever I was, I set to mowing. Now, do you want to just do the?
So quiet.
Do you want to just do the sound effects for the rest of this?
I'll probably run out of air. That takes a lot.
Oh, come on then. Now the record show in Halifax, there were no serious injuries due to Hurricane Dorian. The records were wrong. For the fateful moment I set that lawnmower to the grass, one of those little acorns was propelled at warp 6 out of the back of the mower.
I like how he's not just like really fast.
But
Warp 6.
Warp 6.
Warp fucking 6, mate.
Not warp 7 though, it's a bit disappointing.
Uh,
Warp 8 would have been more impressive, if I'm being honest. So, didn't go that fast. Probably a light toss.
fucking.
And it pinged off my left testicle. Oh, no shit.
Oh!
It hit.
Hello.
So it shot out the back. It hit the tip of his steel-toed boot. And
Yeah.
it pinged my left testicle. Like a Newton's cradle of pain. A Newton's cradle of pain. Not cradle, cradle of pain. Which I assume is his wrestling move. Everything was fine for a blissful few seconds as the Molson Canadian soaked neutrons. What?
Excuse? What?
I'm assuming that means because he was pissed.
I need.
Uh,
What?
As I was drunk, the Newtons attempted to process the incoming genital distress beacon before my world turned white.
Oh.
I'm sure I don't need to tell you this next part because I'm certain I screamed so loud.
Ascended to heaven. and never came back.
I'm certain I screamed so loud. They heard my 100% manly cries on the International Space Station. I like how this guy's written this story. Because Jesus Christ. And it's just Ronald Reagan going, aliens!
That's a pretty manly alien.
I respect his jib.
So manly.
I dropped like a sack of lead potatoes, wailing like a wounded hyena, and promptly evacuated the remaining inexpensive domestic lager from within my stomach. I think he basically pissed himself. Thankfully managing to miss myself. Oh, wait, what? Promptly I think he threw up. I think he threw up, actually. Luckily for me, I never intended on having kids. And that is the end of the story.
That acorn took everything from me that day.
It took all my kids.
Took all my babies.
Social service tractors. Fuck. Lawn mowers.
Lawnmowers.
Do you want to take the next one, bud?
Yeah, sure.
I have for
what
you.
What am I going for here?
I have a selection of... Today I fucked up by going on a date. Today I fucked up by going down a rabbit hole. Today I fucked up by being horny. And last but not least, today I fucked up by being a nervous flyer. All of them are relatively medium-sized, I'd say.
I'll take the nervous flyer.
You want to take the nervous flyer?
Let's see what happened.
Okie dokie.
Let's see.
There you go, bud.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, this is in the first person.
This is in the first person. I do believe.
I'm travelling for work right now. I'm a nervous flyer. A very nervous flyer.
Like shaking. He's physically shaking the plane. He's just holding on to the armrest so tight. He's, ugh!
Did he say visibly nervous? No, he didn't. Oh.
No, he's not
I would
visibly.
have loved it if he was
So he's just sat there all calm, collected, poker face,
but
inside
soaked wet.
Like, yeah, so wet. And in his head, all he's got is. Excuse me, sir. Would you like a towel? We haven't even took off yet.
He's fine.
Yeah. Peanuts. Just hit him with a bag.
Whenever I fly, I get anxious for days before. The day of, I almost always get very upset in the stomach.
He
place.
cries. Oh, no,
No.
not emotionally.
I just get very upset.
I'm so upset I'll be in the sky.
I almost always get very upset stomach, which evolves
Which evolves like a Pokemon.
into some really gross bathroom situations, like a big poo.
Oh, ow, oh, oh.
I think you get the idea, he said.
I don't think
but
I want to get
instead,
the idea.
I injected a big poo. So after a day or two of nervous shit, Jesus Christ.
A day or two of nervous
A
shit?
day or two.
Of shit. He shit himself for 2 days straight.
Or two.
Jesus. I don't want to know what the... Oh my God.
My asshole was royally raw.
Crowned.
Philip! My bottom!
He's on fire! Get the corgis!
It hurt to even sit down regularly.
How does he
So
normally...
I decided to adopt a new kind of
Yoga position.
horizontal, yet still kind of
Crying
vertical pose.
technique.
I
heard it.
head in
loses weight.
hands most of the time.
Head in hand. Oh.
But I had to eventually stop that because
Is this while he's shitting
the-
or on the plane?
the smell of poo was far too much.
Is this while he's shitting or on the plane?
No, this is like the day or two before he's just.
So he's on the toilet, head in hands, shitting away.
Yeah, he should probably take his head out of his hands. It's probably a bit
He's
smelly.
going to be
down
there for 2 days. He's going to get a sore back.
He hasn't eaten for 2 days. It's just been.
How is he
evacuated.
shitting then? What's he doing? His guts.
Mm.
The air.
And I never took that flight because I was dead.
Of poo.
I decided I needed to get some hemorrhoid cream to help it feel better. Oh, he's very eloquent. This isn't anything new for me since I always get like this when I travel.
I always shit myself for 2 days prior.
Basically, all the way up to the terminal.
All the way. Excuse my trail, it's so I know where I'm going.
Can I check this in?
Can I take this in a doggy bag?
Can you take this in a doggy bag?
For me. It's gross.
What do you mean under arrest?
I'm like an ice cream machine.
Just call me Mr. Whippet.
Whippy.
Oh.
Shitty.
Schwippy.
Do you like the pattern I've made?
This isn't anything new for me since I always get like this when I travel. I walked down to the hotel gift shop and picked up a bottle of hemorrhoid cream.
Wait, in a gift shop?
To soothe my aching butt.
Where the fuck was he?
Apparently, that's the kind of thing I buy.
Hemorrhoid world.
I get it for everyone for Christmas.
I'd...
Look forward to that in your butthole.
Coming to a butthole near you. Love, Howard.
I get back up to my room and I go into the bathroom and get to work.
Wait, is he saying a gift shop in a hotel then?
Yeah, so he ran down to the hotel gift shop, probably leaving a trail of shite. And then he ran back up to the room, trying to follow his original trail to
that's what I'm saying. It's
reduce the
breadcrumbs.
amount of destruction.
So while he's flying, he's just shitting at the end of the window so that he knows he's laid a trail for when he comes back.
He should have probably bought a snack while he was there.
Probably. Well, you don't want to fill up the tank again.
I opened up the tube and gave myself a generous amount of the ointment
Ooh.
on my fingers. And I rubbed it all
thought he
around.
was putting
But
it on his butt.
Not on my butt, all
on my
around,
fingers.
all on the walls, all on me, all on the toilet. I had to make sure everything was perfect,
And this is where they took me away to the cushiony room with my straitjacket.
which I proceeded to cover in hemorrhoid
shit.
cream and shit.
I call it milk chocolate.
I call it.
That'll be $3,000.
I forget where we are. And I rubbed it all around. I usually need a good amount to feel any relief. So I really applied it well. I just pushed it in. I pushed some inside to make sure it was all covered. I basically fingered myself.
With hemorrhoid cream.
Yay.
Lovely. Soothing.
It only took about 5 seconds or so for me to question all of my life. Not just these ones, but all of my life
his
decisions. So much hemorrhoid cream.
Jesus.
My asshole was on fire.
I have stockpiles for days.
He actually says that my asshole was on fire. Probably because I just fingered myself with hemorrhoid cream.
I did it a bit too fast.
At first, it was just a stinging feeling. But no, this was no stinging. This was much, much worse. This was hot flames, culminating directly inside of your and my body.
My body.
Pass it on.
Here you go.
This was placing a hot curling iron right up your own asshole.
How would you know?
Well, obviously, I've tried.
Multiple times. What's a curling iron?
Why do you think I have so much trouble with
You mean
flying?
like for hair?
Yes.
Okay. Oh,
No, for your
asshole.
Yeah. I immediately tried to wipe it away, but the burning continued to get worse and worse. Probably because everything was covered in hemorrhoid cream.
My eyes, my mouth, my dick, hole. I fingered that as well.
Me.
The flight attendants.
It got so bad I started to scream. And groan. You can't put those in the wrong order.
Wait, you scream.
I started to scream and then groan a little bit.
So-
And then scream again.
Oh.
I shuffled myself with my pants around my ankles to the toilet, and over
He
to
wasn't
the sink.
already in the toilet. Was he still in the gift shop?
No, I think he was doing this in the main part of the hotel room,
Oh,
or
Jesus
just on
Christ.
his bed.
I thought he was...
I was getting real
What a
personal.
mental image, he's just standing on his bed, just like he's got one of those big bay windows.
Making love to himself.
With hemorrhoid cream.
It got so bad I started to scream and groan and shuffled myself with my pants around my ankles from the toilet over to the sink.
Oh, he was in the
He
bathroom.
was in the
then,
bathroom, yeah.
on the bed.
I grabbed a wet washcloth, soaked it in cold water, all the whole time screaming my head off in pain.
Oh. Neighbours are probably really pissed off.
Sounds like he's having a good time. Don't disturb him. We don't judge here.
See if he wants breakfast with us tomorrow.
I'll wait till it's finished.
Yeah.
Wait till the screaming stops.
Yeah, probably. He's probably in the middle of something.
I took the cold washcloth and pushed it right up my butt.
Right up.
Right up my butthole.
No string to get it
I
back in.
worked it around.
And around.
I thought
around.
I thought I might pass out.
Comes back around.
It was so terrible, and I had to
Killed myself.
I killed myself with a washcloth.
Up my ass.
It's the only way
It shot
to
to
go.
my brain.
No, that's the end.
Oh, is that the end?
No,
He
you
killed
guessed
himself
it,
with a
yeah.
washcloth
Yep.
up his ass.
Yep, that's the end.
It just got sucked up at warp 9 speed.
Don't forget
Ping ponged
don't
around in
forget-
his
yeah.
body.
I took the cold washcloth and pushed it right up my butthole. I worked it around, and I thought I might pass out.
Because it was so lovely.
It was so terrible, and I had to keep getting the washcloth colder and reinserted. It didn't really work. It's still warm, you see.
Turned brown.
To get any sort of difference. Fucking hell. After about 10 minutes of violating myself with washcloth, I finally felt okay enough to walk back over and take a look at the bottle of ointment I'd purchased. It was not hemorrhoid cream at all.
You don't say.
Oh, no.
Oh my.
Oh no, it wasn't. No.
It was silly string.
It was.
It was cheese string.
It was. It was a little bit Bengay.
Bengay?
Yeah, it's extra soothing menthol Bengay.
What's Bengay?
It's
Bengay.
not hemorrhoid cream.
It's
I'll
not
tell you
hemorrhoid
that much.
Is it like something like deep heat?
I think yeah. I think it
Maybe
is. I think you're right,
deep
yeah.
heat, so it's like it's meant to soothe muscles and it heats up.
Extra.
Because that shit, if you get that into your eyes or something, you're in for not a nice time.
Extra soothing menthol Bengay.
Put it up your ass.
Put it in your butthole.
And then apply. Maybe he's doing the right steps. Maybe you have to apply it to and in around your asshole.
You should probably test
And
a bit of
then
it on your elbow first.
Use it with a white cloth.
For extra effect.
For extra effect, because then you'll see how dirty it is when you pull it out.
Apparently, in my haste to get some relief, I mistook the analgesic term.
Anal what? Sorry, G-string.
Analgesic, I think.
Is it? Do you want me to have a look? Is it the spelling of it?
No,
Anal. Where is it?
bit to the bottom.
Oh.
I think it's analgesic.
I mistook the analgesic.
Analgesic.
Angelic.
I mistook the angelic liquid.
And no, analgesic. No, it is. It is.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
You know what? Oh no,
I mistook the analgesic term.
I really can't read.
Analgesic, and just went to town.
Oh.
This was 3 days ago, and my butthole still feels like I gargled with Listerine.
With Listerine. What the fuck? That would be horrible.
The end.
The end. Thank you for that, Howard. That was wonderful.
You're welcome.
Never doing that shit again. I'm going to go with today I fucked up by being horny. So,
I don't see how this could possibly go wrong.
Rewind back to me at 14 years old. That's how we... Rewind to me being 14 years old. Awkward, naive, constantly horny, and still oblivious to the fact that websites dedicated to porn existed.
How so innocent.
I just was horny all the time. As such, my attempts at finding stimulating material usually resulted in me typing boobs and butts in thongs into Google search, and then immediately deleting my history.
Boobs and dogs and butts and things.
Oh, women.
I feel so naughty.
So he doesn't know what porn is, but he's typing this in. Oh, boobs.
Booblets.
Michael Bublé. He just goes, this isn't what it...
This is exactly what I wanted.
One night, to avoid watching TV with my dad, I masturbate. No, I'm joking. One night, to avoid watching TV with my dad, his wife and her 2 kids downstairs.
That's not a very nice thing to call mom.
His wife.
His wife.
His wife.
Shit.
The bitch. I claimed that I had homework to do. Wink, wink. He didn't do that, his dad.
Yeah,
though.
no, that was his dad.
I've got... That was his dad saying that to the kid.
I've got
have
homework
to do.
And then he said, wink,
Wink, wink. Wife and 2
and son. Maybe that's why he called his mum wife, because his dad just referred to her as wife. And his kid, son.
As he just backhanded them both in one foul swoop.
With his chin.
I'm a real American hero.
I don't know why I'm so fucking British.
I'm going to do homework for work.
Wink, nudge, wink, nudge, wink, and nudge, nudge.
You just hear the lock go on the door. the room's just right.
The end.
I was not expecting that.
No, you never
explain
do.
what you just
You
did?
never do.
Oh my god. Pointed a gun in your mouth and then just... Oh, Jesus.
Thanks.
Of course, this was a lie. I just wanted boobs and butts in thongs and some private time.
Boobs and thongs.
Boobs and thongs.
Give me all the boobs and thongs, Google. This is not what I asked for, Google. These are butts in thongs. I asked specifically for boobs in thongs. What? You've got the problem with the way I say the words?
So,
Excuse you?
I fired up the old desktop, got Internet Explorer,
Yeah.
up and running,
You fucking
went straight to
pervert.
Google and started getting my freak on.
Boobs in thongs, please.
Thank you, Mr. Google.
You thought you had to actually say please and thank you.
Oh, bless him.
Please, Mr. Google, I need some boobs and thongs, thank you.
Please. Oh, bless him. Bless his
Boobs and
gotten
thongs,
socks. Boobs and thongs, please, Mr. Google. Do you not put please and thank you when you type into Google?
Yeah.
I always do. I know.
Hey, it doesn't hurt manners.
No, it does not. Or their algorithms. Now, this is where things went wrong. I got horny and forgot the layout of my house. You see, I blacked
I
out.
walked straight out the window.
Dick in hand and fall to my death.
And hand up to head for salute.
Salute and the butts and boobs in.
Butts and boobs and faceplant.
And faceplant. I love dirt.
What can I tell you? I just forgot the layout of my house.
My bedroom was upstairs and I had no door. Which, what?
You had to get in with, there was kind of a hatch.
A sort of spiral staircase.
It was more of an air vent, really.
It was the garden.
I lived.
It was the garden.
I lived in a box.
In the dog kennel. A box.
Good night, son. Good night, wife. Get in your boxes.
All of them just have different sized boxes.
Yeah, you don't need.
Seeing as I love you, wife, you can have the fridge box.
You don't need a door. Don't be fucking stupid.
Get out the microwave box, that's your sister.
Get in, daughter.
Get in the toaster box, you little shit.
I am 3. I am leaving forever. What year is this?
I am 32. Get in your toaster box. My bedroom was upstairs and I had no door. A sort of spiral staircase. Think straight edges though. So like a square.
So not a spiral staircase.
So like a square staircase. A regular staircase.
That's mate.
So think of a spiral
What you got
staircase.
there, right, is a staircase.
Well, just
it
think-
turns every day to get a 90-degree angle, but that is a staircase.
Because it's Hogwarts.
All right.
What?
Yeah.
So basically I would think of a spiral staircase,
But not.
but not.
I got you.
Led up to my open room, which was located almost directly above the living room, where again my dad, his wife, and her 2 kids were watching TV. So it's his stepmom, but he still calls her wife. I don't know why he didn't just put stepmom. Maybe he doesn't like her. Maybe he hates her.
What's for breakfast, Dad's wife?
What's for breakfast? Wife number 3. You're about to be wife number 4 in a minute. Oh, what? Remarried. So I'm he has. Oh, I can't remember what these rooms are called, but they're essentially. Have you seen like the ones that you can have ladders and then it's like a little cubby, sort of up like against the roof. I can't remember what
It's
called.
like a separated little thing, but it's not really a room. It's a partition of a room.
It's sort of like
I know what
most
you
people
mean.
put beds up there because they're out the way. I just had a bit of snot in my nose.
Probably the best place to have it.
I mean, yeah. Better than my butthole.
Or is it?
So the desktop was right next to the regular staircase, but I figured that the TV was loud enough to mask the sounds of my sins.
It wasn't.
I was right. But what I didn't account for was the big white wall directly to my right that the staircase adjoined. And how it was visible from the living room. Wait, what? So the white wall.
So basically, everyone could see it.
So the white wall. But what? It's a white wall, not a mirror.
I think what he means is it's really fucking obvious that I'm there. It's not like a dark painted, like dark red or black or blue wall. It's just a bright white wall. I'm sitting there at the computer. There's no door or wall. It's an open plan bedroom. They can basically see me, and I'm here like, you can't see me or hear me, yay!
What's in dogs? Google, please.
What's in dogs, Google, please?
Time to get my freak on.
Time to get my freak on. I don't know how old he is, but he's pretty stupid.
I also didn't register that the reading lamp on my nightstand, which was turned on and so very bright, was to the left and pointed directly at me.
I think he's just pointing at how obviously illuminated he was.
Oh no.
How he hadn't thought this through whatsoever.
I eventually did notice, however, the TV downstairs had gone quiet and that no one in the living room was talking.
They were just laughing.
And that's when I turned to my right.
Laughing at my cries.
And looked at the wall and realised I was casting a giant shadow puppet of me masturbating across its entire length.
Just like lit up like a museum artifact.
Essentially. Why was your light pointed at the... Oh, I guess it was so bright that it Fuck.
I just try and put it on a show for you
A
guys.
perfect shadow projection of my penis and hand stretched across its surface, and I had no idea how long ago the people downstairs had noticed. So I did what anyone would do, and continue.
Like any reasonable person. Yeah.
So I did what anyone would do in that situation.
Well,
I put my dick away.
I had to finish.
Well, he said he put his dick away, as did my shadow
I finished.
puppet. On the wall.
Yeah, you killed the mood.
You guys killed the mood.
Jeez, wife, dad, and
Wife
sister.
number 3, Jesus. Don't watch me again. He just goes again. Doesn't even turn the lamp off. I put my dick away, as did my shadow puppet, pulled up my pants, walked into the bathroom, and sat there until I heard the TV come back on. Then I went to bed without saying a word and left early for school the
I
next
never
day.
spoke to them again.
I lived
I
with
left
wolves.
that day.
No one ever brought it up, and I'm thankful. But I know that they saw, and I'm still cringing.
No one ever brought up at that time I turned into a masturbating bat symbol. Na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na.
Batman. Duh. Oh God, what's Batman doing? Oh no. So
So where are we?
we've got time for one more, I think, Howard.
One more.
Well, you've got the option. As you are the one reading.
that I want. Oh.
Copyright. Today I fucked up.
I sang that so terribly, no one will ever know.
So you've got today I fucked up by going down a rabbit hole, or you have today I fucked up by going on a date.
Rabbit hole.
You want to go down the rabbit hole?
Rabbit hole.
Okie dokie. Here you go, bud.
Oh,
Enjoy.
I'm going to read this one. Very good. Very good.
Perfect.
This didn't happen today, but took place earlier this year. Shortly after my wife and I bought a new car.
Okay.
I
What
was
kind of car?
a new one. It doesn't
But what
say.
kind of car?
I'm going to say a red one.
Oh, my favorite.
I bought a red car.
No engine,
No,
just the car.
just it was red.
It-
I like red. I was reminded about it today. I was reminded about
I was
it
reminded about my car today. Oh!
I have one of those. I was reminded about it today as my birthday is this month.
Oh, happy birthday for that month.
Don't worry, you'll understand why that's relevant soon enough.
Okay.
I was frightfully, awfully worried for a moment.
Well, I thought that had nothing to do with the
must admit,
story.
He's put my mind at
Where's the
ease.
rabbits?
Rabbits?
Carry on.
I came home from work and, like every other day, go to the restroom and browse Reddit while I'm taking care of my business.
My business. Oh, buying another car, I assume?
Most of you are probably doing just that right now. Don't
Yes, we are.
So-
How did you know?
don't judge me. Yes, I do hope you're all listening to this on the business seat.
Well, I'm sitting on the edge of the tub. Howard's on the toilet.
Don't watch me.
We're just well, I'm not making eye contact. We're facing away from each other, basically.
We'd never make eye contact. We're men.
Now we're men. We can't go anywhere. Now that we're men. I can't look you in the eyes. Now that we're men.
My foot accidentally touched yours. I'm going to have to leave forever.
Men.
Don't judge me. I can't remember what.
Was that you saying that to me or the story?
But yes. Yes, and yes. I can't remember what sub I was in, or even what the original post was about, but the comments section started to go pretty wild, as many of them do.
Ooh. Hopefully the one on this Today I Learned one goes wild with everyone looking at it, because you can find all the resources at cluelessinternet. I'll say it again. This episode is sponsored by cluelessinternet.
We can't get
Us.
sponsors.
It's us.
It was a pretty hefty
Deal.
deal.
Nice cup of tea.
Took a lot of. There's a lot of ins and outs.
A lot of business.
A lot of business. Before I knew it, I was reading about The Donkey Show.
Oh,
Yes, that one.
what one?
I have no idea.
What's a donkey show?
Oh. No, I have no idea.
Oh.
Unless it's
He's masturbating.
one of those kind of the donkey sex shows, you know, that kind.
He's masturbating.
Oh.
That's why the comment section's getting wild, dude.
Oh, yeah. That's a nice donkey.
a nice ass.
That is a great ass. Yes, that one. That donkey show.
That one.
Some of the comments had links of what happens there or what can happen there.
The donkey show.
Mm-hmm.
Death, I assume.
Amongst other things. I wasn't interested in seeing what that was all about, so I just kept reading. I don't even know how I got on this page, to be honest.
I stumbled upon it on accident.
This is not what I'm interested in, though my eyes did just glance across
saved
the word
articles,
midget.
so I clicked on it.
Someone mentioned and linked another post talking about how the Donkey Show was similar to a specific genre of pornography.
What?
Midget porn, I thought, and it's the first thing that comes to mind. What
On
the
the donkeys.
hell? Yeah, but it was something specific to pornography and midget porn, I thought. Yeah, apparently he's just weird.
Oh.
What the hell? I've never seen this sort of thing before, so I clicked.
Hell yeah, dude. Curiosity killed nothing.
Killed my brain cells.
Yes.
As weird as it sounds, I clicked out of curiosity. I swear.
I promise I didn't like anything.
I swear on my penis that I only clicked out of curiosity.
I only sent you 3 links.
What I saw was exactly what I expected to see. So
Midget
it wasn't really
porn.
out of curiosity.
Yeah, like what?
I knew exactly what I was looking at, but I did not enjoy it.
Oh, he did not.
This specific video was of a man and a little person going at it for after
Another
about
little man.
No, just a little person. It doesn't specify the gender,
Oh,
so I'm not going to assume
how nice.
because that would make me a white supremacist. After a minute or so, I had seen enough and backed out of the post to continue browsing the sub I was in.
Midget porn.
After about a minute.
R/midget porn.
After about a minute.
A minute,
or
he
so.
said. He
Or
said.
so.
An hour.
A minute, an hour.
A minute, an hour, a day, a week.
They're all just numbers.
He's obsessed.
I finished up in the restroom. Still in the restroom. Took a
It's
shower.
only been a minute, to be fair.
Also.
Also,
So an hour. I finished up in the restroom, took a shower, and got dressed to go out and eat. I warmed myself out a little bit. I get the kids in the car.
I shoved them in.
Okay, so this dude was just browsing this shit on the toilet with the kids in the other room. Great.
I mean,
Great.
it's better than doing it in the same room.
Didn't even wait till they'd gone to bed. Doing it right before tea time.
I mean, if you'd have waited in there till they went to bed, it'd been there a hefty long time.
I get the kids in the car and wait for my wife to come out of the house.
Is that her name? My wife?
Yes, another one.
My wife.
I think this might be the same
This
family.
might be the same person.
From the father's
Is it 2
perspective
kids?
this time.
Is it 2 kids? 3 kids?
Well, it says the kids, so it's probably
Three.
son 1 and daughter 2. I don't know what happened to daughter 1.
And the masturbation child.
Him.
Is this not this family?
She was
wife?
taking a while, so I grabbed my phone and started messing around with it. My wife comes out and gets in the car. Immediately she says, "What the hell is this?
This isn't my child.
This isn't my beautiful house.
This is a potato.
This is not my beautiful car.
Where am I?
Who am I?"
Oh.
I put my phone down and looked at the dash she was pointing to. On the big screen in the middle of the dash of the new
Oh
car we
my
had just bought
God.
was something along the lines of "Blonde midget gets railed by big
Oh my
Pornhub.com."
God. What is it?
It says big blip dot 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 dot, and then it's a link to Pornhub.com. So I assume that's a link to the original video.
Oh my God! Is it a link that?
There's a link there.
Don't click that.
I'm not going
Probably
to,
not. We'll save that.
but you will.
But we will.
I have never had a car with this feature before, so I was unaware that the last thing you had played on your device would show up on the display like this.
Oh my god. I've seen that in pictures before where you've had like Young Blonde Railed or something, or like some IKEA.
It's like that you've seen the video, I'm pretty sure you have because it went viral, but the video of the kid trying to get Alexa to play Digger Digger or something.
Oh my god, and it was
And it
oh
goes,
my
finding
god.
porn streams for anal
Yeah,
dildo.
yeah. Oh my double anal dildo.
Alexa, no!
Alexa, stop. Stop for 5 minutes, and then just gets the kid out
If
of the
that
room.
wasn't staged, that is just pure.
That is
just
beautiful.
spicy memes.
But then the thing is, whenever I see clips like that, I'm like, how long were you recording before that? Because like what were you recording for?
Oh, look, it's so cute. He's about to say the thing, and I'm going to time this perfectly. Click. Either that or they're just those overbearing parents who never leave
Record
their kids
everything.
alone. Yeah. Oh, he's waking up.
Get the camera!
He's having a poo.
My mom's 36.
I knew I was screwed. It felt like an eternity to try and open up my music app so I could change what was displayed on the screen.
Oh my god! Did it just? I hope it didn't display the video, just the title.
It immediately started playing the explicit version of the NWA albums. After about 5 minutes of explaining to her how easy it was to find yourself down a Reddit rabbit hole of,
I don't think I've ever got that far.
Really?
Not down a Reddit rabbit
You're
hole.
on the wrong Reddit.
r/gaming doesn't really go that wild. Actually, in all
You
fairness,
aren't using Reddit properly.
I don't. I don't scroll down the comments that much on Reddit. Probably should.
She finally understood this. Sorry, she finally understood, but now thinks I have a thing for little people. So she's shaved a few inches
So
off the
she's
bottom
right.
of her legs.
She got rid of her legs, and now our marriage is saved.
She's right, because, I mean, it wasn't fucking curiosity, was it, mate?
I mean, yeah.
You
already knew.
Before we even left the garage, she was on the phone with my aunt. My aunt? Why my aunt?
Your aunt Howard.
Yeah. Telling her everything. All I could hear was roaring laughter from both sides of the conversation. What an idiot!
What a dick! Divorcing him by...
Well, okay, thanks, boy.
Bye, boy.
Before the conversation was over, they had my next bath party planned out. They had my next birthday party planned out. I'm pretty sure I'll be having a few extra people show up for my birthday celebration this year. Yay, me. She said to me one day, I know you won't leave me for another woman, but I'm afraid you'll leave me for half a one, for fuck's sake.
Oh my gosh.
Was this just a Reddit thread for a punchline?
I don't know.
I doubt she'll ever let this... I'm never going to let this one fucking go, mate.
Is that the end?
I don't think that's a true story. I think that was literally just to get to the punchline.
You feel like that was a...
Yeah.
Oh my
Fuck that person.
goodness.
Fuck that person.
As if she said to me one day, I know you won't leave me for another woman, but I'm afraid you'll leave me for half of one. What the fuck? You can't say that.
They got us. It was clearly clickbait.
Oh, God.
They got us.
They got us, guys. Delete this
Too
from Reddit
good to
now.
be true.
Too good to be true. Well, that'll do it for this episode. We hope that you enjoyed. You can follow us at cluelessnet.
You can.
Well, everyone can. You can email us at podcast@cluelessinter.net. You can find all the resources to all of these stories and everything that we've talked about at Clueless. Oh, not at cluelessinter.net. Sorry.
Cluelessinter.net, mate.
It's
our website.
.net. We'll be back in 2 weeks. And thanks for listening.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Love you.
Mwah. And welcome to the ASMR version of the Clueless Internet podcast. Are you comfortable? Oh,
Excuse me.
that was the cable. I do apologize.
I think I did a wee bit of a poo there.
Hello, Neelix.
Come see.
Hello.
I know.